Few days to the inauguration of Bola Tinubu-led new government, the news agency of Nigeria (NAN) visited the Lagos State University Ojo to speak with some of the institution's academic staff on ways the new administration can improve the nation. They spoke on poverty, power, unity, amongst others.
For the new government coming in, I think first thing first, I would suggest a healing process for the nation. That is very germane. If we want to continue as one nation, if we want to continue, we need to assuage feelings. We need to assuage hot feelings. We need to pull everybody back together. And it's a very long rope. It's a very long haul. We will need to appeal to people's emotions. We will need to appeal to people's logic, so that we all come back together as one nation. Emotions and feelings are being trampled upon. I think for my stint as a Nigerian, I've never felt this much of bigotry and tribalism as being proposed. As was used in the last electioneering process. It was so nakedly used in propaganda, abuses, tribalism. All of these were used. So for the new government, for the incoming government, the advice is healing process. We need to appeal to everybody. Everybody has to come together on this table for the support. I don't know how that's going to work. It's really the beginning of trying to build the nation all over. Because as it is now, what we have is already a dispersed nation. People are not happy, tribes are not happy with one another, along ethnic lines. Yeah. So now we need the healing process.
The issue of power supply is actually one of the problems bedeviling this country. Everything, I think, economically that is wrong with the country has to do with power supply. And talking about the incoming government, I think we're kind of lucky to have the president-elect, Bola Tinubu, because I think in 1999, when he became the governor of Lagos State, around 2001, he introduced the Emron power project in Lagos State. But because of the law on governing the transmission of electricity, he could not proceed with that project, and also probably because of the party difference, that project was stalled and the Emron could not come to life. If that had happened, Lagos State by now would have been even distributing power to most of the other states far and nearby. Because power generation has to do a lot with productivity. As you know, most industries like the textile companies, the tire companies, most of the companies are folding up and going to other countries as near as Ghana because of the issue of electricity. So if that issue of electricity can be tackled by the government, it will be a big economic lift for Nigeria. I was talking about inflation. A lot of things contribute to inflation. For example, this energy sector. We're talking about subsidy and removing subsidy. If the government is paying, continue to pay subsidy, it will continue to eat into the money, to other areas where the government can develop. And if the government removes subsidy, it will increase the flow of economy, in the sense that if price of petrol, for example, goes up, it has a kind of concentric circle effect, a kind of ripple effect. It will affect all other areas. One, our transporters immediately they increase their prices. The market women, the importers, and so on. Everybody will want to push back that cost on transportation to the consumer. So this will end up, causing a lot of inflation. But I think the government can tackle that. I think for me, subsidy is what you pay everywhere. It's what the government does, not even on petroleum alone, on so many other items. So the government can maintain the subsidy regime, but has to be very, very prudent and and try to remove corruption.
I think the insecurity has festered in Nigeria or in most places in the world due to rise in poverty. So if the issue of poverty is tackled, then issue of insecurity itself would have been resolved halfway. Others will be, may not be particularly related to poverty, but poverty eradication is very important, and the incoming government should, take to it headlong. The government can do something, not necessarily everything, not by providing jobs. People have this erroneous belief that it's the government that must create jobs. No, but they create the enablement, the environment that will be conducive enough for you to, be able to have creative thinking. You can, anything can happen. The more you are able to creatively think of a business or, something that will yield money, then you can employ people. That's job creation. So that's what I think.
If we improve our standard of education and also make it such that the person in school, like what LASU is doing, LASU has a program where you learn a trade at the same time you also go to school. And by the time, if they do it the proper way, what I mean by the proper way is, I don't know how they are doing it, but if all university can do it like this, you have your bachelor's degree on one side, and then you also learn a vocation on the other side. Now we take away from you the entire Saturday from your first year to your final year, knowing that whatever it is that you learn throughout these 4 years will be useful to you at a later time in your life. And what are we going to be doing with the Saturdays? The first year, you learn the theory, rudiments and theory of whatever it is that you are learning, vocation that you are learning. The second year, you do a little bit of practical. What I mean by practical here is you follow your master or your trainer to the field, where you also take part in what they do. Third year, you follow your master to the field, and then you are allowed to handle some projects on your own. Final year, you make your own money.
The major thing I'll ask the government to do is to provide job, a better job for the people. If the people have a better job, there will be no need of kidnapping, there will no need of terrorism. It's because people have nothing to do. They have no job, no business. Are you getting me? Everybody in the country is, every one of us are hungry, not even some. Everybody, especially in Nigeria, we keep hustling. That is the major reason why you see most of our people running for head and scatter, leaving the country, running outside the country, just because even in terms of security, we are not even safe. You getting me? We are not safe. So the country, we pray God will restore our country.